Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Diagnostic Trouble Code DTC P0685 indicates a malfunction within the power control module, PCM, power control circuit. This code signifies an internal circuit failure in the PCM itself, which is crucial for managing various engine and vehicle functions. The PCM plays a pivotal role in controlling everything from fuel injection to ignition timing, directly impacting engine performance and efficiency. Located typically under the hood or dashboard, the PCM receives input from multiple sensors, making it an essential component of the vehicle's electrical system. The PCM's integrity is vital, as it affects both fuel consumption and emissions. This DTC may trigger warning lights or lead to performance issues if not addressed. DTC P0685 indicates an internal fault within the power control module, PCM, power circuit. The PCM is predominantly located in the engine compartment, where it is protected from environmental hazards but susceptible to electrical faults. Its primary role is to handle engine management tasks by interpreting signals from various sensors. An internal circuit malfunction interrupts this process, leading to inefficient engine operation. The PCM communicates with other electronic control units in the vehicle to optimize performance, making it essential that this circuit functions correctly. This DTC serves as a sign that the PCM might need replacement or reprogramming if software is outdated. Several potential causes can trigger DTC P0685. One common culprit is poor electrical connections at the wire harness connectors, particularly at the IGP, ignition ground power, line. Loose terminals can create inconsistent signals, leading to an internal fault indication. Another likelihood is related to the PCM software. It may not be updated to the latest version, adversely affecting communication and control. Additionally, an internally faulty PCM can lead to this DTC being triggered. Thorough inspection of the wiring and ensuring software is up to date is crucial to ruling out these issues. Symptoms associated with DTC P0685 can manifest in a few noticeable ways. Most prominently, drivers may notice the check engine light illuminating on the dashboard. This alert serves as a warning that the PCM is either not functioning properly or is receiving faulty inputs. Another symptom could be engine performance issues, where the engine starts but exhibits poor running characteristics, such as stalling or misfiring. Additionally, drivers might experience unexpected power loss while driving. These symptoms may lead to further confusion if not correctly diagnosed, necessitating thorough troubleshooting to ensure safe and efficient vehicle operation. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0685 involves turning the ignition switch to the on second position. This action provides power to electrical systems without starting the engine. It is crucial to clear any existing Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, at this stage. Before proceeding, it's essential to review the general troubleshooting information associated with this code. This step ensures that any previous stored data does not interfere with the diagnostics. Taking this precaution can help create a clean slate for further testing and aid in accurate problem identification. In this step, the technician will clear the DTC from the system using the HDS. Clearing the code is essential to determine if the issue persists after the procedure. Additionally, it is advisable to document any freeze frame data and review onboard snapshots prior to clearing. This information can provide invaluable context about the conditions under which the code was triggered, thereby aiding in a more informed diagnosis. Capturing this data can also help in understanding trends or recurring issues within the vehicle's performance, allowing for a more thorough assessment of the underlying problem. After clearing the DTC, you will want to start the engine and allow it to idle for 30 seconds. Observing the engine during this period can reveal information about its performance and may indicate any immediate issues that arise. This time allows the Power Control Module, PCM, to re-establish normal operations and recheck existing sensor readings. Monitoring during this idle phase is critical, particularly for any unusual sounds or irregular engine behavior. If this step is executed successfully without triggering any new DTCs, it signifies that the PCM is operating correctly under these conditions. This step involves turning the ignition switch to the lock position after allowing the engine to idle. Locking the ignition essentially powers down the PCM, which resets any active circuits momentarily. Following this step is necessary to prepare for a fresh restart of the engine. This process might feel redundant, but it is key in verifying consistent operation across start cycles. It ensures that all components, including the PCM, are working optimally when initiating the next engine start. Precision is crucial in following this sequence for accurate diagnostics. Once you have turned the ignition to lock 0, move on to starting the engine again and let it idle for another 30 seconds. This step is vital for confirming the PCM's ability to run correctly after being powered down. During this idle time, the system should allow for internal checks and validations to occur. The engine should perform without issue, and care should be taken to observe if the DTC code reappears. This step essentially serves as another round of testing to determine if the previous DTC was transient or indicative of a persistent problem within the vehicle's electrical or PCM systems. Following the second engine start, turn the ignition switch to the lock 0 position once more. This action serves to power down the PCM and reset any operational parameters. It's a critical step as it allows the PCM to refresh connections and memory. This reset helps ensure that any previous errors do not interfere with new data acquisition. After this brief downtime, the PCM can reassess its internal systems for any lingering issues. It is an integral part of confirming the integrity of the PCM and surrounding electrical connections, especially as it relates to DTC P0685. At this point in the troubleshooting process, turn the ignition switch to the on second position again. This reinitialization of the electrical systems allows for the PCM to restart and refresh itself. It is important that this step is completed before proceeding to any further diagnostics. This action effectively powers up all the necessary circuits for the engine and electronic components to communicate effectively. The PCM will now be able to reevaluate system status and check for any Diagnostic Trouble Codes, DTCs, that may have reappeared. Care should be taken during this phase to ensure that the ignition is correctly positioned, as any mishap can complicate the diagnostic process. In this critical step, you will need to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This assessment is vital to determine if DTC P0685 is still present or if another code has emerged. If a new DTC appears, additional troubleshooting for that specific code must be conducted. It is important to differentiate between pending and confirmed DTCs. While confirmed codes indicate a persistent issue, pending codes may suggest a temporary failure. Conducting this check provides clarity on whether further action is required for the PCM or if it can be deemed operational. The goal here is to ensure that all systems communicate effectively without fault. If DTC P0685 is confirmed once more, the next step is to update the software of the PCM if it is outdated. This software update can often rectify bugs that may contribute to malfunctions within the system. If the PCM is already updated, or if the problem persists after the update, substituting the PCM with a known good unit may be necessary. Ensuring that the substitute PCM is compatible with the vehicle is crucial. This procedure can help rule out software-related issues and determine if the original PCM is indeed malfunctioning. Once this substitution is made, further testing will confirm if the issue has been resolved. After updating or replacing the PCM, the technician should start the engine again and let it idle for another 30 seconds. This step confirms whether the updates or substitution had a positive effect on the PCM's functionality. During this idle period, it is crucial to monitor the engine closely for any signs of irregular behavior or performance issues. Checking for any reappearance of DTC P0685 after this step is vital for determining the success of the repairs made. If the DTC does not reappear, this indicates that the recent actions have successfully resolved the issue. After evaluating the status of the engine, once more, turn the ignition switch to the lock 0 position. This routine helps ensure that all electrical variables stabilize before any further assessment. It's important to follow this precise sequence, as it allows for proper evaluation of any potential problems that may still exist. Locking the ignition helps reset the system, similar to previous steps taken in the troubleshooting process. The PCM and other systems can reset their state, which facilitates accurate readings in the next rounds of testing. Carefully observing what's indicated in this step can lead to insights regarding additional trouble codes or issues. In this step, you should start the engine once again and allow it to idle for another span of 30 seconds. By doing this, you're re-evaluating the PCM's stability and performance after the previous changes. This idle time is crucial for checking if the engine runs smoothly without triggering any codes. Observing how the engine behaves during this phase provides critical information regarding the success of the earlier updates or PCM replacement. If any irregular behavior or DTC reappearance occurs, that is an indication that further troubleshooting may be necessary to identify ongoing issues. Next, turn the ignition switch to lock 0 once more to reset the PCM after monitoring the engine's performance. This action allows for a fresh start, helping to clear any transient states that might persist in the system. It's a crucial part of the process to guarantee accurate assessments in subsequent checks. Resetting the PCM might unveil any hidden codes or ongoing issues that may not have been apparent during earlier testing. These resets can confirm whether the changes made earlier truly resolve the problems, allowing you to finalize the troubleshooting process. At this stage, turn the ignition switch to the on position again. This action prompts the power control module, PCM, to reinitialize its operation after the final reset. This step is critical as it sets the stage for the last evaluation of whether the DTC will reappear. Carefully observe the HDS for further indications of any faults or DTC codes that may still exist. This final diagnostics review solidifies the integrity of the repairs made, confirming if further action is necessary. Successful navigation through previous troubleshooting steps should ideally lead to this final evaluation, validating that the system is operating optimally. In this finishing step, check the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, again for any pending or confirmed DTCs. If DTC P0685 is indicated, further action is necessary. If you updated the PCM earlier, it may require substitution if issues persist. Conversely, if the original PCM was replaced and shows no issues, repairs might be concluded. If other DTCs are present, each should be addressed individually to ensure that no additional problems are recurring in the system. This final assessment should provide a clear understanding of whether further repairs or adjustments are needed to achieve desired vehicle performance. Following the completion of troubleshooting for DTC P0685, it's crucial to verify all repairs made by confirming that all DTCs have been cleared from the system. This process includes performing a road test to ensure the vehicle operates normally under varying conditions. During the road test, carefully assess the vehicle's performance regarding acceleration, braking, and overall handling. The goal is to confirm that no abnormal behaviors or warning indicators appear. If everything runs smoothly, indicating successful repair, the vehicle can be returned to its owner with confidence that the issue has been resolved. Preventive maintenance is critical to avoiding issues like DTC P0685 in Honda Odysseys. Regular checks of the power control module PCM connections can help identify any signs of wear or damage early. Ensuring that the PCM software is updated periodically can alleviate potential communication issues within the vehicle's systems. It's also advisable to routinely inspect the integrity of the wiring harness to prevent electrical shorts or incorrect signals. Taking these measures can lead to optimal engine performance and reduce the chances of recurring trouble codes. Prioritizing preventive maintenance can save significant time and expense in the long run. In conclusion, troubleshooting DTC P0685 requires a systematic approach to effectively diagnose and resolve issues associated with the Power Control Module, PCM. The initial steps focus on clearing the code and monitoring for reoccurrence, which aids in determining if the problem is persistent or transient. Attention to detail with wiring connections and ensuring up-to-date software are essential steps that can significantly impact vehicle performance. Post-repair, conducting thorough road testing ensures the integrity of the repair. Implementing preventive measures can help prevent future occurrences of this DTC, ultimately ensuring wellness for the vehicle's functionality and reliability. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.